Hey everyone, it's Christian here, and today I am back with a brand new video for you. Today I'm going to be talking about the brand new iPhone 12 Pro. I actually got one myself in the blue color, and may I just say it looks amazing. So this year I was super excited to get my hands on the new iPhone for a couple different reasons. For one, I knew the design was going to be changed completely, so this time around it's very boxy, it's squared off, it doesn't have those round edges to it like the past 3 years. So that's something that really enticed me to grab a hold of one. The other reason I also wanted to get a new one is because of this brand new color. It looks spectacular. And then the final reason I wanted to get one is to really test out that A14 Bionic chip, which is something I'm really excited about. I always like having the best speed for anything I do, whether it's browsing, social media, something simple like that, to video and photo editing, which is also something I really enjoy doing on the iPhone. So I was super excited for this year. So to begin, I've really gotten to test out this iPhone for the past couple days, and I'm just gonna say I'm super impressed. Even though Apple didn't come out with a revolutionary phone, something that was completely changed, it still is a very, very good upgrade, and I'm really impressed with the small changes that they did. They came out with the brand new A14 Bionic chip, which is super quick and fast. Whether you're doing any multitasking, going from app to app, opening a brand new app, or doing a lot of photo and video stuff on your phone, it is more than capable of handling all of it and then some. It's truly a powerful phone, and that's something that's really impressed me. I was really impressed by last year's phone, but this year is just another step in the right direction. And I think it's so cool that Apple's able to design their own processors and their own chips, and they're able to put that in their own phone, so it's like one seamless system that works together. Another thing that I was really impressed by this year is the camera. Although I was really impressed with last year's camera on the 11 Pro, which is by far the best camera on any iPhone, I think Apple definitely improved upon that a little bit. I noticed images are still really crisp and the colors are really nice, which I like. The only thing about the camera that I noticed is sometimes it's a little bit bright, so I don't know if that's because of the lighting or the time of day that I chose to take photos. With that in mind, it was still a little bit bright, and some of the colors were a little bit too bright for my liking. But I do know that that's a preference thing, so some of you guys might disagree, but for me, I definitely like a little bit more contrast, definitely sharp images, something with good punchy colors, but nothing over the top. All in all, the camera this year is really fantastic, although it is basically the same setup. You get the wide, the ultra wide, and the telephoto lens. The only difference is that on the wide lens, the aperture is actually 1.6 this year, which means it allows a little bit more light in, and it's a little bit quicker. Something that I was really impressed by this year was the video recording. So video recording on iPhones has always been pretty good, if not the best on any smartphone. Apple definitely is very good with video recording and editing, especially on something like an iPhone. It's usually pretty seamless and clear and easy to do, and it's very good looking. But this year I was super impressed, and on top of it, Apple actually now includes HDR and Dolby Vision on their video recording for the iPhone. So you can record up to 4K, 60 frames per second with all of those features all from your iPhone, which is pretty incredible. In some cases, I was so impressed that it really looked like it was coming from a professional Sony Canon camera. So it's pretty incredible to see this coming from an iPhone, something that can fit in your pocket. One cool feature that Apple really did bring to the new iPhone that has never been on any iPhone before is MagSafe. Even though they've gotten rid of that with their laptops, they've actually introduced MagSafe to the brand new iPhone 12 and 12 Pro models. There is a magnet inside of the iPhone. So if you buy the MagSafe charger, which is sold separately, of course, from Apple, you can actually magnetically charge from the back of the phone using the MagSafe charger, and it's a magnet, so you can take it off and put it on seamlessly. It's not something you insert into the phone. I think this feature is kind of interesting because it kind of gives me a glimpse of the future. I kind of wonder if Apple will at some point come out with an iPhone that has no ports on it. This is definitely something to keep our eye on, and I think Apple might play with this a little bit more in the future, and we'll see how far they take it. But there have been rumors that the next iPhone won't have any sort of plug-in charger at all. So that'll be interesting to see what Apple does with that. I think it's also interesting to note that this is the first year that the iPhone does not come with a charging brick inside of the box. This year, it only came with the iPhone itself, of course, the paper documentation that you usually get, that little Apple sticker, and then you get a USB-C to Lightning charging cable. So this year, Apple decided to do without the charging block because they believe that it is better for e-waste. That's something you'll want to keep in mind if you don't have a block at home to charge from. I think it's safe to say that most people probably have one of these at home. So I understand why Apple did that, but it will be interesting to see how people feel about this. So the last major feature that Apple introduced this year with the new iPhone 12 and 12 Pro is 5G. This was something that Apple really pushed at their Apple event just a week ago. They had someone from Verizon come up and talk about 5G and how it's just getting bigger and it's going to be, you know, everywhere, and all of that is really cool. And 5G is cool because, you know, you get quicker speeds and hopefully they do make it more available. The only problem with 5G in this moment in time is that it is not truly ready and it's not really readily available. For example, in my area, I do not get 5G. You know, my phone is capable of getting it, but I don't get it in this area. If I wanted to get 5G, I'd have to drive probably an hour, hour and a half to LA, maybe a couple hours to San Diego to really experience, you know, speeds like that. So if you're looking for a new phone just to get 5G, I don't think this is the time for you. You know, I think 5G is in the early stages of development, and I think it will be something that we can really utilize in the future, but right now it's just not there. So the fact that Apple really pushed it in their conference, in their event a week ago, I didn't see the appeal in that. And I don't think this new phone really needed 5G. If this new phone didn't have 5G introduced, I would have been fine with it because I don't need 5G, and I think most of you would probably agree that you don't really need it right now. And I think in the future, when it is more readily available to us, it is something we will be able to utilize, but that's not now, so that's something we won't really be touching on too much. So a couple things to keep in mind. Number one, the notch is still at the top of the phone, meaning, you know, it's still using Face ID and it's still using the front-facing camera. The only thing about it that I don't really like is that it is kind of an old design. It's a design that Apple is now putting into their 4th iPhone, whereas a lot of companies have adapted and they've done different things with their phone screens. So I think this is an area that Apple can definitely look at for next year's iPhone, maybe doing something different. You know, it takes away from screen real estate, and I don't think it's entirely necessary. In my opinion, I think Apple can definitely do better in this area, and I hope that they implement something new or bring something new to us, you know, next year when they introduce another phone. Another pet peeve that I kind of had this year is the fact that Apple is still using Lightning when we know that Lightning is not nearly as efficient. I know it's something that Apple, you know, was really excited about when it was brought out several years ago. On the other hand, you know, pretty much everything, my camera, you know, computers, different tablets are using USB-C. So the fact that the phone is basically the only thing now using Lightning to be charged is a little bit silly. That is a change that I would like to see in the future, is either implementing USB-C or something that's quicker and really could be utilized a little bit better. So that's another thing I would like to see. Another thing that I really was hoping for in this year's iPhone is a 120 Hz refresh rate. This is a feature that Apple already has had for like 3 years in the iPad Pro, and it's really awesome and it looks great, and I think it would look really great on the iPhone 12 Pro models, but unfortunately they just haven't gotten around to doing it, and I'm not sure if there's been technical difficulties or if it's a feature they want to save for the future. But nevertheless, it's something we didn't get this year, which I was really bummed about because there are phones on the market that do have a high refresh rate. They look really smooth when you're using them, and it is a nice touch. So I was a little bit bummed that Apple did not introduce that. All in all though, the phone is really great, and for the past couple days that I've had it, I've had a really good time kind of diving in, looking at the different features and getting into the camera and the video, which is truly amazing. I mean, you guys have to really see it in person to see the kind of colors and clarity that you get with this new camera. With all of this in mind, a lot of people are wondering if they should upgrade to the new phone, and I think it depends. It's very personal to you. If you want a brand new iPhone that's got a newer design, you know, it's got a better processor, a better camera, more video features, things of that nature, then I think it's totally worth the upgrade. The camera is really good. It's got the brand new LiDAR sensor, which is supposed to help with focus and improved low light performance. The A14 Bionic chip is really incredible. It's really fast, and that's something you really gotta appreciate. But if you are a person that has a phone that's maybe a year or a couple years old, my phone works just fine, then you know you might wanna wait. Next year, we don't know what Apple will bring, and so it will be interesting to see what they offer next year. With all those awesome features in mind and the things that we didn't get, I'm overall super happy with this phone. I really do recommend it, especially if you're thinking about upgrading, if your phone is a few years old and you want something that's really quick, has a really great camera, and the video camera is incredible, then I think this is definitely the phone for you. I think it's also nice that Apple brought out that new color, which is what I got, because it does look incredible. But if that's not something that you are interested in, they also have the graphite, gold, and silver colors, which also look really great. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate your guys' support. As always, please like and definitely subscribe to my channel, especially if you're into tech videos. I will be posting more very soon for you. And please even comment down below and let me know if you're gonna get the new iPhone, or if you definitely are not gonna get the new iPhone, or what you think. I'd definitely like to know what you guys are thinking. So please let me know. That's it until next time. I hope you guys have a really great weekend. Peace.